Can you convert a short article into a content empire? You're going to learn the answer to that question in just a moment on today's Content Profit Show. Welcome, everyone, to episode 52 of the Content Profit Show. I'm Jeff Herring, your host, and over here, next to me is our guest today, David Hepburn, and we'll introduce him in just a moment because we're going to do some cool things with his stuff. Hey, listen, I need you guys to pay attention, right, at the very beginning. See that link right down there, Content Profit Sheet, okay? If you want one, if you want to be doing what David's doing today, and wisely so, you need to go there and get this handled because we are now booking for late June, okay? And it's the very beginning of April. I remain totally amazed by all this, and thank you all for making this a hit show. But Content Profit Sheet is where you want to go. ContentProfitSheet.com is where you want to go to get that done. So let's dive in here. Let me introduce to you David Hepburn. I love this. He is the head trash remover. Okay, so David, that's the best introduction I can give you right there. Once you explain what that is. So it was funny today. I was putting some garbage bags in the car to take down to the garbage, and one of the things I do on the side just for kicks is flip cars. And this one I have right now, the right front fender is held together by duct tape. It looks like a giant Band-Aid, okay? So, and I'm going to be selling it soon, but this mom and her little kid were coming down the sidewalk on a bike, and I said, hey, to the little kid and the mom, and he goes, sir, your car has a boo-boo. And I went, you're right, son, it's got a big giant Band-Aid, doesn't it? And then he goes, yes, sir, you need to take it to a garage to get fixed. And I looked at the mom, I said, how old? 3. I'm like, wow. I could talk to this kid all day. That's not the kind of trash we're talking about today, folks. We're talking about head trash. Tell us what that means, David, and how you got into this.
Well, Jeff, first of all, thanks for having me on.
Oh, my pleasure. Thanks for being a great guest.
I've been a business mentoring coach for 24 years, and what I found is that most people lack the confidence to really charge what they're worth. And I used to be a marketing consultant, and I had a bunch of clients. They were paying me good money. I doubled all of their business except one guy. I got about 50% in 1 year. The following year, when I went back to put plans together for them, every one of them fought me on it. They said, no, I don't want to do this. And I was so taken aback that they didn't want a continued growth.
Right.
So I fired them all. The best day of my life.
I've done that before.
A couple weeks later, I met T.R. Becker.
Oh, cool.
We have a thermostat in our mind as to where we should be when we make money.
Yep.
So what I did was I flipped my model around, and I started working with the head trash first, so that once we grow your business, you're not going to say, okay, that's enough.
Yes, you're not going to hit that. I can't go any further. I'm not worth it. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. The way I liken what you're saying is that, when you're young and you're exercising enough, you can pretty much eat what you want, right? But then later on, it becomes, and the saying among my friends that run gyms is, there isn't an exercise program in the world that can defeat a bad diet. So if you're putting garbage in, whether it's your body or your head, all the other stuff's not going to work. So I love what you need to go buy that domain name, Head Trash Remove. That's for sure. All right, so let's take a look at your article here. You get this. Whoops, not that way. This way. Let's see. looking for the one that gives both of us on there and the most room to see. Okay, I'm going to enlarge this. I'm going to try to. It helps to have your mouse on the thing you're trying to enlarge. Just a little bonus tip for everyone. Jeez. All right. Personal development precedes business development. Always. Ooh, I like the way you end that title. Always. That, my friend, is a good title template. And I just wrote that note. All right. Competition is fierce. Success requires more than just solid business plan. Personal development. I love it. I love it. As we talked about beforehand, I've always been taught, fortunately, I had some great mentors early on, that if you're going to, before you can lead anybody else, you got to lead yourself.
Yeah.
And the cool thing for you, if you do, as I research over on Medium for personal development, oh my Lord, that's one of their biggest niches. So if you get known over there as the head trash remover, we're going to have some fun, pal. All right. So we got 3 segments here. And one of the things I really want everybody that's watching, whether live or on the replay or listening live or on the replay, is that this is a smaller piece of content. And does size matter? No, it doesn't. And you've got good stuff. And this is good stuff. And I want to take a look at it. And then we're going to show you what we're going to do with it here in just a moment. Improved leadership and self-awareness. Self-aware improves your leadership skills. Yep. More self-aware communication skills. Yep. I love it. Increased productivity and better time management skills. I did a lot of different talks from stage and to places, when I was building my practice. I've only taught time management once. Okay. And David, I am never late. I could count on one hand the times I've been late. Mm-hmm. And because I was taught on time is late, 10 minutes early is on time, right? Yep. So I'm doing a time management workshop for this organization, and I ran late. I'm like, oh, geez, I've blown my credibility before I open my mouth. So yeah, time management is important. And then increased resilience. Talk a little bit about that. What do you mean by resilience?
As business owners, it's really easy for us to go down a dark path.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And if you don't know that you're going down that path, it takes you a while to get out of there. And the increased resilience, the more you understand about how you think and how you work, it allows you to bounce back faster.
I love it.
As opposed to always going and hitting the bottom before you bounce back. You're able to stop.
Yeah, sometimes you have to. My buddy Alex Mondosian says that the only thing worse than going in the wrong direction is going in the wrong direction enthusiastically. So yeah, and I've always been interested in the concept of resilience and where that comes from. I was talking to a buddy of mine recently who's much wealthier than I am. And I was talking about, how I'd like that. And he goes, Jeff, stop. You have done so much for your 2 sons in teaching them all these things, including resilience. And I'm like, okay, I thank you, and I really believe if you can be resilient and consistent, which I think is part of being resilient, I mean, you can pretty much do anything.
Yeah.
Facebook user, I don't see your name, but they're saying, hey, they're loving this analysis. Yeah. So, all right. See, we're having a good show here, David. All right. So,
yeah. Well, about resilience, this morning when I came into my office, I run a Zoom call early morning here in Arizona. I dumped my drink all over my office. So it would have been really easy to go down that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, this is a terrible day. Oh my. And actually, I got snapped out of it by a friend who said, "Let it go."
Yeah. Yeah. Let it go. Exactly. I feel you, because years ago, before I lived up here, I was driving from Tallahassee to up here. I don't even remember what for, but I just gotten a brand new Ultima with a khaki interior. I had on khaki pants and a shirt, and I stopped somewhere to get my old favorite soda, Mr. Pibb. So put it there on the seat, got going, and opened it. And I either had shaken it up or somebody else had, because it just all over the inside of this brand new car, all over me. Fortunately, I was spending the night where I was going, so I had to change, right? So I get out of the car. I'm going to take myself into the Hardy's bathroom and get cleaned up, right? And there's a big stain on the front of my shorts, from where this soda burst. And I walk in, and over on the other side of the restaurant, this little country boy goes, "Mama, look, that man done peed his pants." Thank you, kid. Why aren't you in school? All right, let's take a look here. So what we've got, and David, this is a rough draft. We can play with it. We can add to it. We can subtract. But
Okay.
I think this has got a lot of potential. For taking your personal development article, and I don't know why that's there. We'll move it. And the thing to remember, folks, David, and everybody, this is for everyone. This is one article. Okay, we're doing this with one article. What if you did this with your best articles, okay, or maybe even everyone? Talk about streams of income. Okay, we're going to use Medium as one source of traffic, and David's like a lot of you folks that have gotten on there, but haven't maximized it yet. So we'll look at how to do that. This lends itself to so many things: an ebook and master classes, mini courses. I'm looking at it as being a 3-module course, mini course, of course, depending on what we put in there. And each one of these 3 things over here, improved leadership and self-awareness. I won't read to you. Y'all can see them. I hate being read to. All 3 of those becomes each module.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah.
And then what we put in each module can be a variety of things. If you want to keep it a shorter, inexpensive course, I would just say a video training, the piece of article that comes from. So like in module 2, you'd put this in there somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And maybe say some more about it or not. Okay. And then I bet you for any one of these, we could come up with a checklist of mindset and head trash removal and what to put in there. Because the other half of what you do is, once the head trash is removed, what do you put in there? Because nature doesn't much like vacuums, right?
Exactly.
And so the cool thing about this is, once you've created this course, you've created 4, because each one of these modules can stand alone, right? So you come back here, you could have a workshop. You could get back into doing the public ones now that we're post pandemic. These could be a master class, which is like a 90-minute to 2-hour paid kind of thing, on one skill, like it is here. Okay. A mini course, you could do just one module like this and go a little deeper. And the beautiful thing about that is you wind up with 3 streams of income that all lead to each other. Let's say somebody bought module 2, and you mentioned there's module 1 and module 3. Well, hey, where can I get those? Well, what? And then here's the thing, okay? On Medium and everywhere else, there's a ton of people doing the personal development thing, okay? And good. I always gravitated to that. My parents bought me a subscription to Psychology Today and all kinds of stuff. And I remember going to college first year and taking this one class. I forget what it was about, but there was a book, David, this was like 76, called Being and Doing. And it was about personal development, self-help in a book. And I'm like, cool. back when they weren't much of those around.
Yeah.
And so now there's so many around, but you already have a uniquely defined niche, head trash removal. And I'm just picturing the graphics to this, brain surgery and pulling out, garbage cans and all kinds of stuff. And so, you can shine in this. All that to say, this just screams some kind of membership, some kind of recurring income setup. And there's a couple of ways to do it. One of my buddies, Liz Wilcox, actually, she hosted me for a show yesterday. She's got a membership for email marketing. Okay. And she delivers one new template every Monday, and she's got a Q&A a month, and that's it in the membership. That's it. Okay. She charges a whopping $9. Okay. Here's the cool thing. She's got like about 2,700 people in it. So she's right there. She's got about 23K a month, which, would not be bad. And her goal, and her personality is just right for this. Her goal is 100,000 members. Okay. So she wants to wake up to 900K a month.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
She can do. What's that?
That'd be nice.
Yeah. We could probably live on that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then another buddy, Cindy Bidar, she does similar stuff, but she's got, similar to my membership, Content Profit Nation, and you get all these courses. Every course you get for free. She does 2 Q&As a month. There's one Thursday I'm going to, and then has all the courses and stuff. She does like $47 a month, and I think she's up to 600 or 700 members.
Wow.
Now you're not going to start with those, but every single one of us, Cindy, Liz, you, me, anybody, you start with one. Okay. And even if that one is your best friend or brother or mother, it's one, and they know people. Okay. And so you could go as far as you want with this, David. I mean, you could do a single training and a single Q&A a month. Keep the service delivery low, keep the price point low, and go for volume. The thing that really works for Liz and could work for you is she's added personality to it. Okay. Yeah. She's an 80s kid. She wears a Backstreet Boys cap backwards. She's got the posters up. She references them. She's just fun, silly. And so the whole head trash thing, I did one video on this, trying to do something different years ago, but I took a blender, okay, and a new template on a piece of paper, and asked, will it blend? And I put it in a blender with, pineapples and blackberries and blah 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 blah, and it was fun, but I didn't do any further with it. So making stuff like that pulls people in and is different, you could have a blast with this.
I love it.
And the other thing that occurs to me, I won't reveal the character that I've been thinking about doing as a joke kind of thing online, but you could come up with a, like an old SNL Weekend Update person, and just, be Dr. Something, and just, make fun of a certain way of doing stuff and tell the right way. Like, couple 3 years ago, the boys were talking about Saturday Night Live, and I said, look, you guys missed it. The beginning was the best, and the funniest. And they said, well, what do you mean? And so I brought up Rosanna Dana. Okay. And, is it her or Emily Latilla that got the words wrong?
I think Emily was.
Yeah, it was Emily. Yeah. What is all this stuff I hear about endangered feces? Yeah. Right. And we watched one, and they're howling. And at the end, when she goes, never mind, both boys looked at me and go, that's why you say never mind that way. Yeah. See this, and I'm telling you that story because this stuff sticks as we develop your character and the way you do this, man.
Can
Yeah.
I say, Jane, you ignorant?
This is so politically incorrect, David, and it's okay because I can't even spell PC. That is my favorite of all the Saturday Night Live things is point counterpoint. And
Yeah,
what people got to realize is it's not um, wrong or all this stuff is a hassle with humor now because they're both going at each other.
yeah,
You know, Jane Curtin goes after Dan Aykroyd as bad as he does her. It's just there's one line that you use 2/3 of. It's just all right. Are you getting a glimpse of what's possible and what's in the future here?
absolutely. Yeah, this is wonderful, Jeff.
Awesome.
I'll send you the link to join my membership. Um, you know, as soon as we're done.
Oh yeah, please do, and I can put it in the show notes. Any questions about what we've done?
Um, Maybe you can just tell me a little bit more about Medium and how you're using Medium. Uh, like you mentioned, I'm one of those ones who signed up and never did anything. So,
Hey,
learning
David,
more about that, I think is.
look who just joined us.
Thank you, Wendy.
Yay, Wendy. All right, I call Medium the internet's best kept secret because most people don't know about it. There were 500 people on a presentation I did yesterday, and maybe 10 had heard about it. And the people that know about it don't use it or don't use it well. And so basically, what I do and what I help my students do is create a certain kind of content that I call profitable content that gets people to read through and click on links and join your community, buy your stuff. Okay. And there's millions of people that read Medium articles and hundreds of thousands of authors. So you can build an internal list there, okay, that you can import into your own. There's ways to do that. Once you get past 100 followers, which we can get you to real easy, you become part of the part. You can become part of the partner program where you get paid for the articles that are there.
Okay.
And so, I mentioned earlier that when you and I were talking, that one article I wrote beginning of '02 about 21 income streams from one article. That one article doing so well led to this show.
Wow.
Right? And so that's just a glimpse. But basically, it's about consistency and getting something up. Start with 1 week, then go to 3 a week. I usually try to do one a day. Although I'm playing between two sweet spots, one a day or one every 3 days. So, but if you want more visibility, more traffic, more email subscribers, and more profit, this is the place to be. When he's in the partner program, David, it's time to ramp up my writing. Gee, where have you heard that before, Wendy? I love it when he says, I'm in David's morning group. Yay. I love these small internet worlds. All right, we got to wrap up here, pal. Thanks for being a great guest. We'll talk a little bit more in a moment about stuff we can do with this. Everybody out there in Content Profit Show land, thank you for being here and for laughing in all the right places, just like that. Thank you for making this show a hit. Again, if you want to be in David's seat, not in his office, but doing what he did today so well, that link right down below my name, contentprofitseat.com. And really get there quick because it's April 5th at the time of this show, and we're booking for late June. So get yourself on over there. And while you're doing that, folks, as always, you know what to do. Go use this stuff. And we'll catch you on the next show.